What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Steam Machine. I never actually got to say anything about it. I was too busy head deep into Dispatch, but I also want to talk about these rumors of Half-Life 3. Let's make this kind of a combined video. So let's do a quick recap on the Steam Machine, because I never got to say anything on it, and I had a lot to say. And then, man, the rumors for Half-Life 3, there's been them over the last 6 or so months, and I've wanted to believe it, and I feel like I've told people I actually do believe it, so let me stick to that story. No, there's been a general belief that they're cooking up something. They really are making a Half-Life game, and I think it's one thing to just kind of randomly do a Half-Life game. It's another thing to now all of a sudden have this hybrid console that I really think is going to be a game changer that we'll talk about, and then to launch potentially with Half-Life 3. Oh, it's game over for those other companies. Okay. This thing is so cool. It really is. My excitement for it grew throughout the day. I saw it on social media. I actually sent it to my wife, and throughout the day, she's, it kind of transformed from, oh, this is a cool idea or this is a cool thing, to my wife actually messaging me and saying, I need it. And I was like, okay, we'll probably end up getting it, 6 times as powerful as a Steam Deck, and just everything you can do with this thing. I don't think we need to get into the nitty gritty, but to be honest with you, there's not that much nitty-gritty with this thing. It is a hybrid PC console. It'll be, you could have mods on it. You can plug it in. I mean, it's such a, it's a device that really can span these two different groups of people, this diehard PC crowd and then a console crowd, and it plays so much. I mean, I saw the Mighty Keith video. Not only will it play all the Xbox games, the PlayStation games that do the day and date or cross-buy when that's, continued to be implemented. This Steam Machine is going to be able to play definitely your entire Xbox library, most of the PlayStation library, and then maybe even, as time goes on, all of that. And then, of course, Mighty Keith's video. But Nintendo, okay, they're safe, but you can emulate on this Steam Machine. So you're really capable of doing quite a few things, and you're able to, let's just say maybe play some Nintendo games on it as well, which of course will make Nintendo's lawyers very mad, but it is what it is. What are they going to do? Take on Valve? I don't think so. No, it's an all-in-one. It's an all-in-one. It's, of course, I think from Digital Foundry, it's targeting kind of a PowerPoint in between a Series S and a PS5, right? There's going to be some things that hold it back. It's probably going to be an ultimate 1080p system. I think they talked about the 4K stuff, as people have kind of talked about. It's not going to be the premier place, to do 4K, 60 FPS, things like that. Honestly, the PS5 and Series X can't even do that. 4K 60, most of them can't do that, right? They do 1440, 60, or 4K 30, but they never can do the height of both. And really, honestly, a lot of developers aren't great at optimizing things. Some PCs can't even do a lot of these things on certain games. So again, kind of a hybrid all-in-one thing, a pretty powerful thing for what it is. And the biggest thing to me is its competition. Now, of course, I like the fact that the faceplate type thing, you can customize that. The controller looks pretty cool. Okay, all that stuff's cool. But to me, it's the competition, and I think that's what makes Mighty Keith's video pretty funny to me, kind of watching. He makes some good stuff. But, and I make mention, too, I talk about the Xbox library, PlayStation library. To me, I really think this is very bad for Xbox, because just the operating system and all this stuff, the next Xbox is kind of described like this. But the thing is, and I think that's true. I think I want to double down on that statement. What we've heard entry level so far for this next Xbox device, right, is it's a more hardcore thing. It's a hybrid PC Xbox type thing, right? It's probably going to be very expensive. It's for kind of more of the diehards. And yes, now it's your kind of all-in-one. You're probably going to have all of these different storefronts on it, all this jazz. The thing is, I feel like this machine is going to be able to do a very good amount of what we've heard so far of the next Xbox device. Now, I'm going to get to PlayStation, by the way, and this isn't just a go on Xbox thing. I want to talk about both of them, but just starting with Xbox. This Steam Machine sounds like the next-gen Xbox, but not as powerful, but also in terms of what it can do, very close. And here's the thing, it's going to be more affordable. And that, to me, there's analysts predicting that this thing coming with a controller, which is nuts because controllers are expensive, that this thing could come in as low as $400. Now, I want to believe it, but I will never believe that until Valve actually confirms it, because that's too good to be true. But even if this thing is $500, guys, I mean, the potential, and I saw this going around the internet as well that I want to throw in, this kind of talk about with the price and all that jazz, right? People talk about, okay, well, this thing is like a hybrid. The Xbox is a hybrid. Why not build your own or buy your own PC? Okay. And I think there'll always be truth to that. I want a new PC. I'm actually probably going to get a new PC within the next year or two. Okay. Editing and other things, not really necessarily gaming, but partially. But here's the thing. I saw one article, and I think it's like Moore's Law or somebody out there that tweeted it. And it was something along the lines of, companies can't optimize to your 1 million different variants, right? Your PCs. And we've seen that. We've seen companies really struggle to get optimization right on PC. But you know what they will optimize for is something that's successful. Now, I'm not saying PCs aren't successful, but there's so many variants. And I agree with this. I saw that and I said, you know what? That is such a true statement because PC is a strong race, PC Master Race, all that stuff. It's a strong race. It's a strong group of people. It's people that support games. It's people that buy games, right? And companies, of course, want games on PC. But they're hard because you're making it to all of these different specifications, and half the time, these games come out unoptimized and all that jazz. But if you have this hybrid thing, and it's massively successful. So there is a caveat there. It does have to be massively successful. Companies will optimize for it, just like companies optimize for PS5, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series S, Series X. I mean, Series S takes a while because it's kind of hard to optimize for. Companies have to put more time in, and then it is optimized for it. So if a console hybrid thing like this actually sells, which I imagine it's going to, companies will focus on it. Now, maybe that actually drives it away from, something like a PC. But okay, going back to the Xbox thing, I feel like that hurts because I feel like this is just a cheaper model, but a more accessible model. I guess that actually does connect to the PC. The idea of, well, just go buy your own PC or build your own PC. PCs that are like super powered PCs, right? $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. The average person doesn't have that. The average person in a console market might not have $1,000 or $800 for the next gen Xbox. Honestly, they might not have $700 or $800 for the next gen PS6. But could they have $400 or $500 for the Steam machine? Yeah, they could. And if the games just work and they're not the greatest visual, like you could beat it other places, sure, but they work and they look decently well, and you can do mods and you can play your PlayStation games and you can play your Xbox games and you can emulate not just Switch, any game. You can emulate all that jazz. It's going to really, I think, hurt Xbox. And really, to take that and carry it over to PlayStation, it's a legitimate competitor. Overnight, we literally have a new competitor to the console warrior space. Xbox has largely pieced out, and I think this overall hurts like the future of Xbox, even the Xbox console that's still to come. But really, if you're PlayStation, you should also be at least concerned and at least like aware of it. And here's the thing, I like that. I don't know if I've already said that in this video because I've recorded a couple of videos back to back, but this kind of competition, you need it. I think it's really, really good because this hopefully keeps PlayStation on your toes. This keeps Xbox on your toes because you have another one out there that just randomly dropped overnight and I think is going to be wildly successful, and people are so excited and there's such support for something like this. And this is not even just the only thing they announced during this entire technology arc that they did, but this is the biggest one, at least to me. So yeah, I mean, I know I spent most of it talking about Xbox, but same thing for PlayStation. I mean, PlayStation's more rooted in like a home console space. Maybe that actually makes it more scary for them though too, because if games of PlayStation come to PC or come fast or come day and date, well, it's also now a choice between PS5 or PS6 and then a Steam machine, because now you have a choice. And if a Steam machine again is $200, $300, $400 cheaper, people are gonna migrate, and you might lose people. You might not reach the same ceilings of the PS6 as the PS5, so you gotta be careful. So, maybe a little bit negative towards them too, and maybe a little Nintendo, probably not all, as bad for Nintendo as PlayStation or Xbox, but very good for Valve. And the competition's good. I'm always going to root for that competition, and this system just seems awesome. Okay, really, really quickly, just in terms of the Half-Life stuff, well, the long and short of it is I believe we've had 3 different insiders. We had like a data miner, and we had, I think, Tom Henderson and another insider. We had 3 different people either hint or outright say that Half-Life 3 is coming. There's I think the talk around town is that this thing is probably going to come out around March. That's what Tom Henderson kind of hinted at. And we know it's an early 26 thing, right? 2026. So it probably comes out, February, March, April. And there seems to be this game that's tied in with it somehow. I think actually the first time that I saw it, at least a few days ago, Special Nick had tweeted that if what he was told was true, there's going to be a game that rivals GTA 6 that's going to be announced in the next few weeks. And people were rattling their brains of like, what game? Now, could Half-Life 3 really challenge GTA 6? I actually do not think it could. But it's definitely competition, and it's definitely one of the bigger games we'd ever get in our life. Like, that would be true. I don't know if it could literally go head-to-head with GTA 6. I don't think anything could. But, that's the first time I saw it. And then we've just had a lot of... I think one insider quite literally said Half-Life 3. Like, it is Half-Life 3, and it's going to get announced in a few weeks. Somebody, I think, said it's not going to be at the Game Awards, so, like, before the Game Award... Which, by the way, you got, like, 2-3 weeks. So it's got to happen soon. But I'm telling you, this system coming out in March, April, whatever it is, $400 to $500, and Half-Life 3 is a day one. Oh my god! Like it's gonna sell so well. And by the way, I'll be honest with this: of the three that are stuck on 2, Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead, Half-Life is actually, I've never jived with it. Can I be controversial for a second? Never have jived with Half-Life. Always wish we could get a Portal 3. That's my number one. Portal is one of the greatest franchises I think ever made. So I want a Portal 3. Left 4 Dead would actually be number 2. I want a Left 4 Dead 3, which I guess Back 4 Blood, yeah, spiritual successor. But Half-Life, now Half-Life I've never really jived with, but that doesn't mean I can't respect it. I can respect it for what it did, and I would definitely get into it if it would be if a Half-Life 3 comes out. You can bet your bottom dollar I'm going back and I'm going to understand the love for those games, and then I will love those games and I'll love Half-Life 3. That will happen. So it seems like that's coming. It seems like that kind of lines up with everything. People are hinting at it. People are outright saying it. It's been rumored for like half a year now. Special Nick talks about it. Just a lot of people are talking, and it really seems like, because look, it is a console, kind of. It is a console. You kind of need a launch game, don't you? You need at least one. And to release it and to say, okay, you got every game under the sun that you can kind of play on this thing through its storefronts and whatnot. But there is one that's going to be the day one drop that you'll be able to play on PC. You'll be able to play through Steam. You'll also be able to play it on your Steam machine, and it's going to look rather good on the Steam machine, and it's going to be affordable and all that jazz. And it's Half-Life 3. I think that's the plan, and that will be quite wild. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.